For the last half-century, an elite organization called the Bilderberg Group has met annually all around the world in total secrecy, behind closed doors and with no official press coverage.
Have you ever heard about the Bilderberg Group?
The Bilderberg Group is... No, this is something that I should know about. That I don't know.
They chose John
I have
Edwards.
no idea what that is.
If I could just tell you, it's the meeting of the most influential people in the world.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
I have no idea what it is, so it's not.
Some of the most notable attendees have been Ben Bernanke, Bill Clinton, Timothy Geithner, Bill Gates, Tony Blair, and Colin Powell. Others include Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands, Prince Charles, George Soros, and Alan Greenspan.
Have you guys heard of it, and will you guys cover the Bilderberg Group?
No? Thank you. Next question.
It's in secret locations every year. This year it was in Switzerland.
People are lying to you.
I attended the meeting in Switzerland and covered it. This is Luke Radowski in St. Moritz, Switzerland, covering the Bilderberg Group, and things are getting pretty ridiculous here. The U.S., British, and Israeli intelligence protect these elites, and they have teamed up with the Swiss police and military to cordon off this entire area to make sure nobody from the outside gets a glimpse of what's happening inside here. They actually even built a special wall to make sure no photographers document the treasonous individuals who are not only afraid of their shadows, but don't want to be documented coming into this private meeting. Not only did they try to arrest me for filming here, the police have also blocked off an entire public street, set up more walls, arrested 2 people, called in a bomb threat, and are now confiscating people's video cameras. If these banksters, corporate heads, media moguls, heads of state, kings and queens aren't doing anything sinister, why are they protecting this place like Fort Knox? And why are the people here who are trying to find out what's going on being treated like criminals?
And they touch my balls and all that things, you know, really nice.
They can't, it's closed, they said. Yes, I asked why, and they said we can't give any information, that's all we know from the police. And I said we have a hotel room up there, and then they said, yeah, there's nothing he can do.
It's not okay that they close down this route. It's an official route. I called the police, they told me it's official. It's not private. It's illegal what they are doing here. Das ist illegal, tut mir leid, meine Herren. Das ist eine öffentliche Straße.
Being followed by the cops.
Always.
Or it's probably just random. Most likely random. We were gonna make it look like it's a conspiracy on our YouTube channel. Look how dangerous we are. The cops are following us. Look at this. So, we're still being followed by the cops, which means my first premonitions are correct. That is right.
So what is really going on in these meetings? Well, all weekend I'll be in Chantilly, Virginia, covering the Bilderberg Group. Every year, about 130 of the world's most powerful elite players in banking, mining, oil, food, media, and defense and politics meet in secret behind closed doors without any official press coverage.
By the way, where's the Bilderberg press release? We're waiting for an official statement from the Bilderberg Group, and so far we haven't got it.
There's no press releases, there's no official attendee press release out there, so no one really knows who it is that attends or what they're talking about.
It is violation of federal law, the Logan Act to be specific. $10 for the first cop who can tell me what the Logan Act is.
There's an act called the Logan Act, which says that you cannot meet with foreign diplomats without congressional oversight. It says that any citizen of the United States without authority of the U.S. carries on any correspondence or intercourse with a foreign government or any officer or agent thereof with intent to influence the measures or conduct of any foreign government or to defeat the measures of the U.S. shall be fined or imprisoned not more than 3 years. So that's what the majority of people seem to be saying out there, Liz, is that this is that, they think that the State Department has been bought out by lobbyists, foreign diplomats, and corporations, really, who are making the decisions that affect everyone.
When you're discussing foreign policy, you're talking about manipulating the prices of oil, the price of gold. When you're trying to select presidents and prime ministers and these sorts of things, it has to be done in secret, because these are the things that the people are not necessarily for.
Good works are done in light, so what's done in darkness needs to be brought to light, and something like this, like the Bilderberg meeting, should be exposed, and it's up to us, citizen media, to be out here and expose this.
While Bilderberg attendees were questioned by independent journalists about what really goes on there, They completely skirt the issue or even deny having attended in some instances.
What was your business meeting at the Bilderberg meeting, and how come there's no press there? Can you please answer that question, sir?
I just want to talk about Bilderberg.
Bilderberg
The Bilderberg people.
But you attended the Bilderberg yourself, sir.
I did.
How do you think being a part of the Bohemian Grove and Bilderberg Group has affected you being chairman of the Fed?
Bohemian Grove? I was never a member of the Bohemian Grove.
It says you attended, but the Bilderberg Group? But what happened at the Bilderberg meetings?
I classify this as being
I think I vaguely recall I went to one. I'm not a member of the Bilderberg Group. I'm not a member of the Bohemian Grove. Those are membership organizations.
Sometimes they just straight up lie. Sometimes they catch themselves in lying, and it's very interesting. It's very telling. People can make up their own minds. When you see a Bilderberg member being confronted by a journalist about what they did here, the reaction is very telling.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Right now, you just saw a summary of what Bilderberg is and what these journalists from various sources have been trying to bring out for over many years on this organization, okay, which consists of powerful men and women, okay, from different parts of the world, different parts of many countries, okay, dictating policies that are going to be implemented throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, let's get to a quick scripture. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And as you can see, okay, you have numerous of these journalists, all right, exposing the wicked, all right. Now, they don't know entirely what they're doing, okay. Only we here, the prophets, okay, of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, know exactly what they're doing, okay. Their main goal is to get rid of us Israelites, you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay, as well as to get rid of useless eaters, okay. Continuing on, he covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, and mainly the wicked on the earth is the so-called white man. Because if you see, it's nothing but these so-called white people that are dictating policy on the planet. Right, and he covers the face of the judges, and who are the judges? Us Israelites, us so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So let's get into some current events. All right. Well, first let's get to the agenda. This is Bilderberg meeting. This is actually the website. You go to it for yourself. I'm just going to get to the point. The Bilderberg meeting is going to be located in Dresden, Germany. Starts the 9th of June. All right. And it says right here, the 64th Bilderberg meeting is set to take place from 9 to 12 June 2016 in Dresden, Germany. A total around 130 participants from 20 countries have confirmed their attendance. As ever, a diverse group of political leaders and experts from industry, finance, academia, and the media have been invited. The list of participants is available on www.bilderbergmeetings.org, which I'm going to go to next. The key topics for discussion this year include 1. Current events. Now, obviously, the current events that they put in on that television, okay, that's what they want you to want to see, okay? So that's what they're talking about, how much bullshit they want to deliver to the average idiot. All right. Second is China. Why China? Well, the South China Sea. What's going on in the South China Sea? All right. The tensions right there. Right now, today, there was a Chinese airplane that had to escort a surveillance, a United States surveillance plane, okay, out of its territory because, you know, America and China tensions are rising over there in the South China Sea. Number 3, Europe. Migration, growth, reform, vision, unity. Right. Europe is literally in turmoil. Okay. The European Union is really being dismantled, starting with Britain wanting to get out of the European Union, also Greece and their austerity measures, all right, and as well as all these Syrian refugees. So Europe is, so they got to talk about that. Middle East, well, you know, in the Middle East, all hell is breaking loose out there. You just go to any news media to talk about that. Russia, that's right. What's going on with Russia in the Middle East as well as in Ukraine. U.S. political landscape, economy, growth, debt. All right? Reform. And that's why you have all this bullshit elections with lying Trump and lying Clinton as well as lying Byrne. Anybody who believes in voting at this stage of the game, just kill yourself. Cybersecurity, geopolitics of energy and commodity prices. That's right, because they're gonna start manipulating the prices. Okay, like the scripture says, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. All right, let's get to another scripture. Okay, let me get to Isaiah, Micah 2:1 and chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning's light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay, and so right there you can see, you know, the so-called white man as well as all these other nations, but mainly the so-called white man because he's the one that's calling the shots. All right, they're out there creating all types of laws, decrees. Okay, verse 2, and they covet fields, take them by violence. That's which is why all these wars and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, and that's mainly talking about us Israelites. All right. Let's get back over to the meeting. Precariat and middle class. Now, this is very interesting. Precariat, if you look up the word, which I got it right here, it states, in sociology and economics, the precariat is a social class formed by people suffering from precarity, okay, which is a condition of existence without predictability or security. What you're seeing right now with the millennials, you know, ages from 30 and under here in America, where they're just living paycheck to paycheck. They have no security. They have no stable job. All right, and they're living life as it goes, day by day. So this is what they're talking about, the Bilderberg meetings. All right, going on, affecting material or psychological welfare, as well as being a member of a proletariat class of industrial workers who lack their own means. Okay. So that's pretty interesting why they're discussing this at the Bilderberg meeting, because they know, Salakia, they know the middle class is dead, and so it's either poor or rich, and the rich are looking at the poor like they're unstable, and so now they got to clamp down, which brings us to technology innovation. And if you watch many videos, my videos, or many of Great Millstone videos, we talk about what? The RFID chip, okay? So now let's get to another. Let's get to the Logan Act, all right? Because they, in that video that you saw, they talked about a Logan Act, and if you read the Logan Act, you're going to see certain United States citizens who have worked in government, okay, participating in the Bilderberg meeting. So I'm gonna read the Logan Act, and then we're gonna go to who's breaking the law, okay? And that's the reason why these devils, these so-called white people, got to go down, because they don't even follow their own laws that they implement, or that they supposedly should uphold. Goes the Logan Act is a single federal statute making it a crime for a citizen to confer with foreign governments against the interests of the United States. Against the interests of the United States, okay? Specifically, it prohibits citizens from negotiating with other nations on behalf of the United States without authorization. All right. So now let's see who's going there. Okay, because who's supposed to give the authorization? Congress, right? And now you're going to see certain people there that Congress has no idea. Okay, that these people are there, or they do know, but they're not televising it, letting the people know, because Congress is supposed to represent the people, right? But anybody who has some type of knowledge, no, Congress doesn't work for the people. They work for, okay, corporations. Let's go now to the Bilderberg meeting right here. So let's see who's part of the Bilderberg meeting. That's the United States citizen, okay? You have Roger Altman, executive chairman of Evercore, okay? Anna Applebaum, columnist, Washington Post, director of the Transitions Forum and Lignum Institute. So there you go. You have a news media outlet attending Bilderberg. All right. Continuing on. Let's see who else is there. J. William Burns, Carnegie Endowment International Peace. All right. Let's get to ones that we do know. Chief Foreign Correspondent, Embassy News, Richard Engel. Okay. Professor of History, Harvard, Neil Ferguson. All right. So let's go to another scripture. Let's get back to that. Okay. Verse Isaiah 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? All right. And that's what these guys are doing. All right. They're going out there and they're out there participating. All right. In secret. Okay. Writing. We might as well go to Isaiah 10 and 1. Okay. Unrighteous decrees. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they are prescribed. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. That's right. And who are the fatherless, man? Us Israelites. Okay, mainly, okay, the elect. All right, you so-called black, Spanish, and Native Americans. Okay. Let's go back to who else is going there. Okay, here we go. Here's somebody that people should know. Senator Lindsey Graham. All right. He'll be attending Bilderberg in 2016. Let's continue on. James A. Johnson, Johnson Capital Partners. Okay, a name you should all know. If you've been if you learned anything about secret societies or anything about the New World Order, Henry Kissinger will be attending Bilderberg. And last but not least, okay, here we go. Former director of the CIA, General David Petraeus, will be attending the Bilderberg in 2016. All right. So let's go now. Let's go now read the Bilderberg. This is a news article. Okay. So Bilderberg 2016, we can expect desperate lobbying against Brexit from big business. As the EU referendum looms, a great council of war is gathering. Henry III Kostrius, the chairman of influential Bilderberg Group, has made his way to the highest hill above Dresden, placed the mighty conch shell to his aristocratic French lips and blown. Responding to his call, 140 or so the most powerful pro-European business leaders and politicians will be making their way to the five-star hotel in Tachchenberg Palace to discuss, however you say that stupid name, to discuss the future of their beloved free trade zone. The annual 3-day Bilderberg conference kicks off on Thursday, and you be sure the mood on Dresden will be a grim one. The heads of Google, Shell, BP, and Deutsche Bank will be there. Okay, this is a conspiracy right here. And Brexit will be the top of the agenda. The Bilderberg Group has been nurturing the EU to life since the 1950s. And now they see their creation under dire threat because everybody is exposing this. Okay, you can't even hide this anymore. All right, people are now exposing this. It used to be like it was secret. It still is secret, but now you have certain news media conglomerates pushing it out. Okay, why? For the elect, for the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Quote, a disaster for everyone is how Henry de Kostrius, the boss of AXA and director of HSBC, describes Brexit, but in particular, it is a disaster for his banking and big business colleagues at Bilderberg. Tom Enders, the CEO of Airbus, who sits on Bilderberg's steering committee, the group's governing body, said in a recent interview with CNBC that his industry would be lobbying against Brexit. See? They don't want the European Union to fall, but it's going to fall because it's prophecy. You can't stop it. Okay? Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to break the European Union apart. Enders said, long term, it would not be positive, certainly for the industry. This is why the aerospace industry, I think, amongst others, will lobby for a Remain vote of the British electorate on the EU. Here's a good one. Goldman Sachs has 2 senior representatives on Bilderberg steering committee. James A. Johnson, a board member of the bank. See? James A. Johnson. Then we just go who I just read over here in the participants. Right? James A. Johnson. Goldman Sachs. Bankers. All right? Right here. Let me highlight it for you so you can see. Don't be stupid. All right, continuing on. A board member of the bank and Robert Zoellick, the chairman of Goldman Sachs Board of International Advisors. We know from Charity Commission accounts that Goldman Sachs, along with BP, is one of the key funders of the group. And we also know that they've been pumping a substantial 6-figure sum into the Remain campaign, and Goldman Sachs doesn't spend money lightly. The Remain campaign is clearly close to whatever they have instead of a heart. Okay? For Bilderberg, as for Goldman Sachs, the idea that there might be any kind of pushback against globalization, New World Order, okay, this is not a conspiracy. This is coming from International Business Times, okay? I suspect we glimpse some frowning faces beyond the tinted glass as the limousines start rolling up on Thursday. An integrated EU and a city at its center is a key building block in a globalized world, and its potential loss is a huge concern for the high priest of globalization. The high priest. Look how they talk about this, because these are the guys working the left-hand side. These are Satanists, okay? As Will Hutton called the members of Bilderberg, the prospect of Brexit frightens me. Admit Ken Jacobs, the head of Lazard and another member of Bilderberg's inner circle. Not much frightening these people, only 2 things: sunlight and Brexit, all right? Because they're the damn devil, okay? Because why? Let's go back to the scripture, okay? Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsels from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. Isaiah 29:15. And they say, who seeth us and who knows us, all right? And we're that sunlight, okay? Starting at Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all the way down, okay, to the apostle of Great Millstone, and then all the way down to us soldiers, okay, on the in the field, okay, putting in this work, all right? In fact, we're all in the field, all right? But with that being said, all right, this is what's going on, because the earth is given a hand to the wicked, Job 9:24, okay? You're seeing Bilderberg being manifest before your eyes. I'll post all these links on my YouTube so you can see it for yourself, because prove all things. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing the truth and sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Death to America. Shalom.